Morning, y'all. I am in the car again. So I am headed currently to the Bristol Ren Faire up in Wisconsin. For those of you who've been followers of me for a long time, you know that I live in the Chicagoland area of Illinois, and Bristol Ren Faire is the closest Renaissance fair to us. So I'm headed there for the day with a bunch of my friends, and I'm going to take you guys along on the journey with me through my Instagram stories. So keep watching. I would also like to point out that, as you may or may not be able to tell, I am going to be going in costume today, which I am nervous about. Not just because I'm probably going to be the only one in my group that's going in costume. That doesn't make me too terribly nervous. I am more nervous about the fact that it's going to be hot today, and more importantly, it's going to be humid today. I checked the humidity, it's like 93%. So I for sure brought a spare change of clothes with me, just in case I happen to get too hot, so I can run back to my car and change. But I'm hoping that I'm going to get through it. I was for sure going to chicken out when I saw the weather yesterday. But when I was like looking at people posting themselves at Bristol, I noticed that like all the employees are wearing like multi-layered costumes, especially even yesterday. And yesterday was like the hottest day we've had in a long time. Or one of the hottest days we've had in a long time, and they're wearing like all these multi-layered costumes. And I thought to myself, you know what? If they can tough it out, I can tough it out too. So I just arrived at the Renaissance Fair, and I'm just waiting for all of my friends to get here. And I stepped outside to go to the bathroom real quick while I'm waiting. And the weather is okay right now. It's only about 72 degrees, but it is humid. And I'm a little nervous about the whole costume situation, just because I know it's going to get a lot hotter. And the sun is shining bright, kids. Clear skies, clear skies. If I was not walking around in a wizard robe all day, then I would say, oh my gosh, what a beautiful day. But as I'm watching these people in the parking lot, like they are rocking and rolling. People are like full dress costumes. Some people are wearing costumes that are a little lighter than mine, I will say, but there's also some that are wearing like more intense ones than mine. So yeah, should be interesting to see how I manage and beat the heat. Okay guys, so we've arrived. Evidence that I actually did put on the robe, but also evidence a lot of sweat already. It's hot. The robe's coming off. It's coming off. It's coming off. Well, we already found a bookstore. Cookbooks. Excited.
Anna, Nikki, where can I go? Come on. Oh, okay.
Hey y'all, so as you can see, I did keep my robe on. As it turns out, in the shade, not so bad. So I got my first food item to try. We've got our key lime pie cheesecake that was dipped in white chocolate. I'm super excited to try it. The biggest thing is that it's cold, really refreshing. I will say, those a little lime. Can't taste much of the lime flavor. It really just tastes like cheesecake. But that's what I've made because I like cheesecake. But maybe I should just go with plain then. Yeah, really good though. Yeah. Okay, so this is my friend Roger. All right, and he's gonna try an iced chai latte.
That was my first iced chai latte.
Like ever.
It was
and
cold.
Who'd have thought you'd have gotten it at the Renaissance Fair?
Yeah.
Was it good?
It was cold and refreshing.
Cold and refreshing.
It's hot and not refreshing out here. So it's good. It's good.
Good. I'm glad you liked it. This is my other friend, little Miles over here, and he's drinking some sassafras. What do you got, Miles?
How is it?
Do you like it? Yeah.
Is it good? Good? It's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now you're not going to say anything?
That's fine. All right, guys, we got some beignets, or they call them French donuts here. Let's try it out. They're very hot. Not bad. Not bad. Anyone else want to share their thoughts on the beignets? Thoughts on them? No?
They're not French Quarter beignets.
They're not French Quarter beignets? No. No. They're a little doughy, but they're not bad. Mm. one thing you can say, guys, is that they do not skimp on the powdered sugar. That is how much is left in the bowl after we ate all the beignets. Crazy. This man, he's coming for my brand. I don't know how I feel about it, TBH. I went into this store. It's called the Cauldron Tea Shop, and I got a bunch of cool teas, because those of you who know me IRL knows that I love tea. This one's the Philosopher with notes of cranberries, orange peel, hibiscus, apple peach, and all that thing. And I also have butterbeer from Harry Potter. Smells like caramel and great stuff. And then this one, they're watching me now, judging me from afar. So for sure. I also got this little one, Cherry Earl, which I smelled it and I wasn't sure about it. So I had to buy a tiny one just to see how it actually tastes. But they have a website, or no, they're from Wisconsin. They do have a website, www.thecauldrontea.com, if you want to check them out. A lot of really cool flavors. They also sell spices, spice mixes and stuff too. So yeah, awesome. Okay, y'all, so I am in fort holding mode, because I did have two friends that went off to go look at some wooden mugs. And then I had a few other friends who went off to find a bathroom. So I am watching the little baby stroller, as well as being the one person who's not moving so that everyone can find each other back. All right, so just sitting here chilling, and I have to say I've been enjoying the Renaissance Fair thoroughly so far. I was worried about the weather, but there's plenty of shady areas around, and so I'm not getting too hot, which is great. So I'm fairly certain I can stay in the costume all day. The food, I will say, has been, kind of what you expect. It's not, none of it is blowing me away, but it's still good. Like, it's still tasty. It's just not like way over the top, you know? But that being said, like, lots of shops and stuff had a lot of cool stuff, a lot of great artisans and things here. I wish that I was a little more wealthy than I am, simply because there's so many cool things that I'd like to buy and I simply cannot afford. So like, for example, we went into like this leather workshops, and like the boots that I have, you can see right here, okay? They are not super great. They're not super comfortable. They have really thin soles, and they're like cheapy boots from Amazon. Like, they look really good, but they're not super comfortable. And so I was looking at for some more boots, but the boots that I liked were $500. Yeah, I don't get paid enough for that. So, though I think they're totally worth it, these craftsmen are, like, their arts and stuff are absolutely worth it, just do not have the money. So, anyway, moving on. This is one of my favorite spots at the Renaissance Fair. It's also air conditioned, so if you need a break for the heat, do that. It's all handmade glass. All kinds of wind chimes at this stall. Very cool. This place is always so much fun, just walking in here and hearing the music. Beautiful. So kids, we found some friends of ours, and they're not the, it turns out I'm not the only one in costume. Say hi to Bethany. Lunchtime. So I got the fish and chips. It's not bad. Tastes pretty good. Tartar sauce is really sweet. Really sweet. I also got the sassafras. They're skibbity.
They're skibbity.
Oh, see, Corey's here. She doesn't want to get on camera. So for all you kids out there that are big Corey fans, she says she doesn't want to see you. And she just called you skibbity. So, you know, take that for what it's worth. But I did try the sassafras, which is like root beer, and it tastes really good. Yummy. All right, guys, so here's Tegan and Miles. Aw, Miles.
We have vegetable and shrimp tempura, and then we had chicken on a stick. The teriyaki chicken on a stick was a little spicy for me, and someone did not eat it.
Oop.
And the barbecue chicken on the stick was, again, too spicy for someone else. But then again, he is only 3. So, but everything else was really good. The vegetable and shrimp tempura is really good.
And look at how much you get with that vegetable. How much did that cost you? Do you remember?
I don't remember,
but it's a lot.
Uncle Roger bought it. So
Perfect.
yeah.
Thank you, guys. Pretty.
I need a red one for Rascal.
Dole Whip alert. Dole Whip alert. Melissa is very excited for Dole Whip. Tasty.
Delicious.
Delicious. So, new ring, guys. A lot of you guys like my other ring, which I also got at the Renaissance Fair. So this one's new. Very cool.
The end of the whip going faster than the speed of sound. The whip also goes fast enough that it can break bone, but not everyone believes that. So, hands together if you think a whip could break bone.
Look at this. Those are my friends. Way to go, guys. Epic. Turtles. Cute. Hey, y'all. So sorry if the volume is a little messed up just because I've got the blower going. It is hot in this car. While I'm waiting for it to cool down, just do a little debrief with you guys. So we're finished now. I made it through the whole Ren Fair while wearing my costume, so yay! Congratulations to me. Made it through, and it actually wasn't really that bad. Like, towards the end, definitely needed to be in the shade in order to be anything resembling comfortable. But it was great. It was a great experience. Saw a lot of great things, a lot of great artisans and stuff like that who are making all different kinds of crafts. You know, glass blowing and glass sculpting and leather work and cloth work and all different kinds of cool stuff, which was amazing. Not to mention all the cool performers who were doing all kinds of shows. You know, I will say when it comes to like the food and everything like that, you know, it's what you expect from a Ren Fair. Yeah, the food was, it was good, don't get me wrong, but there was definitely like, you know, you could up the quality. Plus, I will say, like, outside of the Dole Whip, there was like a huge shortage of anything that was not like heavily fried. So much fried food, stuff that like when you were in such a hot day, it just didn't sound good going down, you know? But I will say that I do regret where I got food. The fish and chips was good, don't get me wrong, but like we, after we went to like the main food court, we sort of went through and saw this place called the High Street, which looked really good. A lot of the stuff that they had, that's where we found the Dole Whip. They also had like steak sandwiches and all kinds of really cool stuff. So I think if I went to the Renaissance Fair again, it's been a long time since I've been, but if I went to the Renaissance Fair again in the future, I would definitely make sure to get food at that high street because it was really good. The performances and the performers were all like great and on point. I will say, and maybe he wasn't feeling well, but Adam Crack, you know, the guy I showed you with the whips, I mean, he was flawless in his show. Like, please don't get me wrong. He was still very talented and did all these kind of like great whip tricks. And on top of it, the show is even different than what I had seen him do in the past. He did new things and it was great. But I will say it seemed like his energy was a little lower than I have seen him before. I don't know if he just wasn't feeling well, or maybe it's because it was like his third show of the day or whatever the case may be. Or maybe he's just like, he's finally at the point where he's getting older and he's like, man, he's not able to bring the same energy that he did before. Or he could have been sick. I don't know. But at the same time, he still was putting on a great show. You know, it's definitely something that you should see if you've never been before. Now, this is the last weekend of the Bristol Renaissance Fair for this season. So I think that they're still open on Monday, Labor Day, if any of you want to go. Tickets are about $40 a person. So if you guys want to head out to there, I would definitely go. And if you don't make it this season, then come out next year. So they're open in the summers. Just look up Bristol Renaissance Fair online and you'll see all the great information there. So highly recommend. I had a great time, spent a great time with friends, and really enjoyed myself. So you should definitely check it out.